Hi guys, welcome to Ask Hanna Fridays. So I have a bunch of questions, and make sure you always send in your questions to our email info@ewellsconsult.com, or you can send us a message on Instagram at ewellsrealty or Hanna Atiase, and I'll be sure to answer all your questions. I have a whole bunch of questions today, so I want to take my time and go through every single question. All right, so we have a question here from Emma. Emma from Kaswa. Hello, Emma. All right. What are the first steps I need to take when buying a home in Ghana? This is a great question, Emma. What I would say is put your team together. Put your home purchase team together. And you want to make sure you have 4 individuals that are part of your team. So build your team, okay? You need a real estate broker that's a professional, somebody who's part of Ghana Association of Real Estate Brokers. Then you want to make sure you have a valuer that will make sure you're getting value for your money. And you also need a lawyer or a legal entity and a building inspector. All these individuals are key. So your first step is to build your team. Okay? All right, next question. This is from Kojo. Kojo, how do I know if a property is legally owned by the seller? And are there ways to verify land titles? Okay, so the first question, Emma's question, I did talk about making sure you have a legal entity like a lawyer. So the lawyer will do the due diligence to ensure that the property is the actual owner. Okay, we want to make sure that it is the valid owner. So the lawyer can do due diligence. Another way is you can do the due diligence yourself, and the way to verify that is to do a search at Lands Commission, just to make sure to check the validity of the owner. So you could do a search that way, and there are other ways you could do searches as well. You want to also make sure that whoever the seller is provides you with documentation, with identification as well. You can also do like an informal search with, asking the neighbors and that sort of thing to make sure that that is the owner, but you want to get a legal entity involved to do the necessary checks. All right, next question. All right, this question is from Derek. Derek says or asks, what factors should I consider when choosing a location to buy property in Ghana? All right, what factors should you consider? Well, what I always say is, I always want to find out what is your goal, because that will determine what factors you should consider. So if you want to generate passive income, then you're looking for having, you want to buy a property in the prime area where you can benefit from rental income. All right, because in prime areas, you're going to look at rental income because it's in high demand. A lot of people want to be in airport cantonments, Labani, Osu, East Legon, Ridge. These are all areas that have high demand for accommodation. And so the rental yields, the annual rental yields, are going to be well over the standard amount, which is 7%. It'll be well over that. So that's if you're looking for rental income. If you are wanting to get appreciation, you're looking for capital gains, then I would suggest buying something in what I call the emerging areas. These are areas that are up and coming, like Oyarifa, Chado, East Legon Hills, Pram Pram, places like that where you can purchase, you can buy, and then you can hold. And then, you sell, and then you get your capital gains because of the appreciation. So depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for monthly income, then you want to look at prime areas. If you're looking for something more long-term, then you want to look at emerging markets. Okay. All right. Oh boy, is it better to buy land and build a house, or should I buy an already built home? All right, Bridget. It depends on you. It depends on you. There is no cookie cutter answer to this, all right? Is it better to buy land and build, or buy an already built home? If you have the time, then I would say you can buy land and build. But bear in mind, you got to know what you're doing in terms of know something about construction, know something about engineering, because and also have the time for it, because you want to make sure that you are available to go to the site every day if you're building a property, and you want to make sure you have the right team, the construction team, project management team, and please, you want to make sure you have the right procurement officer. I mean, you need to be best friends with that person, because you want to make sure that you minimize theft that happens, on construction sites. So I would say that if you have the experience, you have a little bit of background about building, and you have the time, go for it. If you are a busy person and you don't have time to be going to the construction site to oversee the project and to make sure they're building it according to your specifications, and you don't have time to oversee a team, then I would just say get something that is already built. All right, great. Next question, Joshua. All right, hi, Joshua. Your question is, how can I finance a property purchase if I don't have the full amount up front? Well, Joshua, basically, right now, you can get mortgages. Yep, they are mortgages in Ghana, people. They are mortgages. So with a mortgage, you put 20% down, and then the mortgager, finances the 80%. So you can get a mortgage. There's also seller financing, where you can pay a certain amount down, and then the seller will make payment arrangements. So for example, you can put down 25% or 30% or 20%, and then you spread the rest over the construction period. Okay? All right, let's see. Who do I have here? Reginald. Hi, Reginald. What hidden costs should I expect when purchasing real estate? Hidden costs. If you're getting a mortgage, you want to make sure that you are aware of fees like administrative fees, processing fees, fees for the valuation report, that sort of thing. There are no hidden costs per se, but you want to just check with every entity. With a real estate broker, you want to check their commission fees. With a valuer, you want to check the fees for valuation report. With an inspector, they have inspection fees. And then with a lawyer, they have legal fees. So those are the fees that you want to bear in mind. Great. And registration fees, registering your land title documents as well. All right, folks, thank you so much for these incredible questions. And I look forward to getting more questions. So make sure you drop your questions in our email inbox, info@ewellsconsult.com, or you can send us a DM on Instagram at @ewellsrealty or at Hanna Atiase. All right, thank you so much, and I look forward to your questions next week.